Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. This is BK Motors Mayhem, and this is the next project bike. I'm really excited for it. This is a 1969 Honda CB350. It's relatively complete. I mean, I do have some parts and pieces off it right now, but it's pretty much all here. I drove rather far to pick this puppy up. What, about 5 hours, I believe? But I saw it on Facebook Marketplace and I had to have it because this thing is sweet. It's been sitting for a really long time. She's got some issues though. We will address those, but to show you that I do have some of the parts and pieces, I'll show you what came with the bike. So I do have both side covers. This one's a little worse from wear, but it's there and it's in relatively one piece. And also a set of brand new aftermarket carburetors for it. So in this video, I do not believe we will be doing a carb clean. It's rather exciting. The one thing that is the big issue right now is the engine is seized. That's why this cover is off and I have a couple punches in it. I have been soaking it and working it back and forth. And while she is still very much seized, I haven't made too much progress. I've got it maybe to turn about a quarter turn so far. That's about it. The other issue is I'm not sure who, one of the previous owners, snapped the spark plug off in the cylinder. So if you zoom in here, guys, you get right in here, you can see what is left of the spark plug. So the spark plug got snapped off in the cylinder. Someone trying to do a tune-up or something on it, tried to replace the plugs, snapped it off, then they drilled it right out and tried to get what was left out with an easy out. And I could tell you that easy out was in there for a extremely long time because it took me the better part of a day just to get the easy out. It wasn't very easy out-ish, if you would say. So what I have done is I have worked on this a little bit without you guys. Is I took off all these bolts on the top here, these 8 bolts, trying to take the valve cover off. Well, then I found out that these were studs and they go all the way down through the engine, I believe. So unfortunately, I can't pull this valve cover or the head or any of this without pulling the engine out of the frame. So that is why I've been trying to soak the engine and get it unstuck with it still in the frame. Because I think that would be the easier route, better route. I mean, I still might have to get what's left of the spark plug out, unfortunately. But if I can unseize the engine, well, I'll have a better chance at taking the engine apart. It's my thought anyways. So I could show you. She is rather seized. I could try and kickstart it, and that's about as much as I got. So what I've been doing is taking my booster pack and putting it on the starter and jumping the starter just to get it to turn over. I do have, as you might see in the background there, some transmission fluid, and I poured some diesel down the cylinders to help and free it up a little bit. I have got some progress, not a lot, but some. I'll show you guys here in a second. So as you guys will see here in a second, why I think these studs go all the way through is because only these studs are unbolted, and if you watch closely here, you'll see at the bottom, the whole thing lifts. So that's why I think the whole engine has to come out just to take the valve cover off, head, cylinder, all that nonsense. The guy that I bought it off of did give me a set of really good pistons that I could use. So if it comes down to it, I'd replace the pistons. It got good rings on them, all that. So we could get her running. That is the goal. That is as much movement as I've gotten out of it so far. Haven't been able to break it any more than that. I'm going to keep letting this thing soak and try and see if I can get it any more freed up. I'm hoping so without having to pull the head. I don't believe any of the valves are stuck. I have checked through the valve cover, checked through the ports. Nothing else appears to be stuck or seized. So I believe it's just the pistons at this point. What I also did do is I got my booster pack hooked up right now to show you, is I went through the electrical system and got most of the electronics working again on it. I got the headlight working. I got the turn signals working. The horn does not work. And the electric start does work. But that is also a good thing for you guys to know. If you buy an older bike, you're most likely going to have to go through the electrical system. You just got to go through, clean all the plugs, check your pins, everything else like that, get the corrosion out of there, make sure they got good contact, get some brake cleaner or electrical contact cleaner and just spray it in there on all your contacts, and it will really help. So that's why I spent, again, probably the better part of a day just going through the electrical contacts. There's not that much on this bike, but believe me, there is enough for it to take a while. And I will say, it is a really cool feature on this bike, but it makes it a bit of a pain, is all your wires to your lights, your signals, your electrical start, it's all run in the handlebars. So if you look down here, you can actually see the wires that go into the handlebars and then out to your controls. So they're actually all hidden, unlike newer bikes. They're all exposed and run along the handlebars and everything else. So I do find that as a very cool feature. But it does make it a pain to take them apart and clean all the connections. So for now, in this part of the video, I'm just giving you guys a quick walkthrough and showing you what I'm working on. But other than a seized engine, there ain't much to show. So I'm going to keep working at that seized engine. Hopefully I'll see you guys back in a couple days. For you guys, it will seem like no time at all. But I will keep working at this engine, and I'm also gonna put some blaster rust removal in this tank, because as you can see, it is in really good shape, but it is quite rusty in there. So I'm gonna dump some blaster in that and see if we can clean it up better. So again, guys, this is the same product that I used on the Yamaha, and that is the Blaster Metal Rescue. It is reusable, so yes, the exact same fluid. You can just pour it back out of the tank the best you can, put it back in the jug, dump it right back into the next tank. And all you want to do is dump this in. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. So there you have it. I'm just going to let this sit, let that stuff do its work, and see what this looks like in a couple days. So, guys, it's been a couple days, and we're back on the CB. The engine is still seized. It has been no luck trying to crack it loose with fluids and stuff down the cylinders. So I've decided to try and crack into this engine a little bit and see what's going on. And as you can tell, we're not outside today underneath my fancy tarp because it has been doing nothing but raining all day. So I've moved everything inside, and I'm trying to pull these studs out so I don't have to yank the engine out of the frame, which I do not feel like doing, but I still might have to. So let's see if this master plan of mine, pulling these studs and seeing if I can get some of this engine apart, works. Stud number 2. I wonder if this stud will work, maybe, or if this nut will work better. It'd be bigger, might be able to get me in there a little bit better. I'll try it. No. Wait. So, after a very well fought battle by these studs, I did get them out, and I have the valve cover off now. And I've run into some roadblocks with trying to get this head off. What needs to happen is there's some bolts down here, if you can see them on that side. They need to come undone, and then I can twist the cam, slide the cam through the sprocket. Well, to get those bolts, the engine needs to be unseized. The engine is still very much seized, so I can't get those bolts undone. And I ran into another problem over here where I have to get the spark advance off. I got the points all off, but to get the spark advance right here off, I gotta get this sleeve off, and this is also seized on. So I need to heat this and let this soak and come up with a better solution to try and get that cam sprocket undone. I tried to take the tensioner off, which is down here, to relieve tension of the chain, but unfortunately that chain is still very tight. So guys, this might do it for this video for this week. If you have any ideas, or if you have run into this problem before, put it in the comments. Let me know, because I'm getting kind of stumped with this one, especially with how seized it is. Because as of today, it's actually locked up a little bit more, and it hasn't let go. It's locked up more. I can't rotate it back anymore how I used to be able to. Now it's just stuck going forward. I've tried getting it back with the pry bar on the alternator here, and it's to no avail anymore. So she's locked up pretty good. So that might do it for this video. I might end up with a solution and do some magic of YouTube, and I'll be back later in this video, maybe in a day or so. If not, that does it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. BK Motors and Mayhem, out.